Hey fellas, how's it going? I wanted to do a video. I haven't done one in a few weeks, I think. I know I did a blog update yesterday, but I wanted to mention a few things that I had forgotten in that. I'm not gonna try not to duplicate too much info. Just talk about a few new things. I had mentioned that I had gotten this sleeve. It's called Silipos. I trimmed off a piece because it's too long, but that's how it's spelled, Silipos. You can find it on Amazon for like 16 bucks. So I did mention this. I've been using this. I was super happy with it. And in a way, I still am. It actually did start to flatten out my graft quite a bit. But I had noticed the day before yesterday, I had a couple of little small red spots on my graft. And I figured, oh, maybe the skin's irritated or it's not getting enough air because silicone, essentially what it does is it cuts off the air supply. It's kind of part of how it works. Um, but so I have a little bit of a rash on my graft. And at first I thought, okay, it could be an infection. It could be an allergy. I wasn't really sure what it was coming from. And then today I was kind of looking at my arm a little closer, and you're not going to be able to see it, I don't think, on the video, but I actually noticed today when I was out and about, I looked at my arm and I was like, oh shit, it must be the sleeve, because I had a really light pink shadow starting right about here where the end of the sleeve goes all the way across here. And I had noticed it kind of came up after the fact. I hadn't worn the sleeve in over 24 hours, so it's not like I had just taken it off and it was like a compression kind of thing that I was seeing. It was truly irritated, and I was noticing too the past couple of days it was super itchy right here. And again, sometimes it can be hard to like narrow reactions down to what is actually causing it. And I really didn't want it to be this because I really like the sleeve, especially really like the price tag on it because it's super cheap. But that kind of solidified that I'm going to be going back to the silicone strip that I ordered on Amazon. It was more expensive, it's like, I think $35. But the good thing is I've used this for probably 3 weeks and it's still holding up really well. And you can actually even wash this too with soap and water. Just make sure you rinse it really well. And then you can either hit it with a hair dryer real quick to make it sticky again, or just let it dry out on its own and it will get the stickiness back. Right after you wash it though, you'll notice, you'll touch it and you're like, oh, the stickiness is gone. It's not, it'll come right back as soon as it fully dries. If you do use a hair dryer, just be real careful that you're not using it too hot or anything. I just let it dry on its own. It's good to go in a couple of minutes. So that was just the update on this. I guess I'll be. I think Tyler's probably gonna win another sleeve. so anyway, today actually this past week I was looking for this sleeve that I had ordered, in the lead up to surgery when I was doing laser and I couldn't have my arm exposed to sun. Looking for this sleeve all over the place. I can't find it anywhere. So I went out and about looking for a sleeve to pick up because mostly because I work with the general public and I typically like to wear short sleeves. So fielding questions or kind of having to avoid questions is going to be certainly something that I have to deal with, but I'm not ready to have my arm exposed yet. It just feels still a little too fresh to do that with. And I would just I feel more comfortable having it covered. So anyway, I was at the store and all of a sudden I saw these really cool socks. I was like, oh wow, those are neat socks. And then I thought, what if I turned the socks into a sleeve? So they were really cheap for they're cool socks in my opinion. They're got cool like designs on them, and so they were $5.97 for these 3 pairs. All three were under $6 for the whole bunch of them. and I figure if there's 3 pairs of socks, that's 6 socks total, and then 6 sleeves that I can get, and it would actually end up all working out to be under $1 a piece, if it worked. So I figured, why not? For $6, it's worth a try. And I actually, just before I sat down to make this video, trimmed off the kind of the sock, actual foot part of the sock, and I put it on, and it works great. Of course, you're gonna have this kind of like unfinished edge to it, but it actually stays in place just fine. I have pretty small arms. It's snug enough. It's not going to go anywhere. And actually, the cuff that would be up around your calf is like a nice little kind of sleeve cuff at the wrist. So if you need something in a pinch, if you're looking for something cheaper or more disposable, you know, it's a great option. It's certainly not going to give you the like prescription compression that an actual fitted sleeve will, but you know, at $1 a piece, you know, or around that same cost, you can pretty much tailor this to be any kind of design you want. You could certainly go way more nondescript and like get a black sock or like a white sock, you know, whatever is going to work for you. There's, you know, like a ridiculous amount of sock designs out there. So I was kind of psyched that this works, because if you look online and price out sleeves, even ones that aren't prescription strength compression, just like regular like tattoo cover-up sleeves, they're about 20 bucks easily. And then one of the ones I was looking at was like another like $8 or $9 just in shipping costs. So you're looking at spending between, you know, 25 and $35 just for a non-prescription sleeve. And then if you wanted to go high end and get an actual prescription one that have designs on them, you're looking at like $80 or $90. There's Lymphadivas and Lymphadudes that does compression sleeves, and they've got quite a few different designs. But you'll see when you if you go on their website, they're extremely expensive. And I wanted something fun, you know, like the option to have something fun and some designs, and so it's kind of cool to know that that's available at a really cheap price. So again, you're not going to get crazy compression, but you'll get protection from UV rays, as it certainly would be adequate for coverage in the sun. And then also just for general privacy, nobody's going to see the scar. And this actually covers most of the leash. You see that there is a little bit up here you can see, but in general it covers the majority of it. So, and I could have left a little bit more up at the top if I wanted to. Cool, so that's that. What else did I want to tell you guys? Somebody had asked if I would show my leg scar the next time I made a video, so I guess I'll do a rundown. I showed you my arm already, but I'll show you so this is my glandsplasty scar. Let's see. This is my glandsplasty scar right here, and it's healed up really well. It starts here and goes all the way up. And then you can also see, if I pull my ski, you can see this is where the SP was. And it's most noticeable when I stand, or if I pull on the skin, you can see where the adhesion is. So I'm working on that. And I'm actually going to be using, if you check out my blog, I did mention a product called the Extractor, which helps with adhesion. Occupational therapists use it to help with scar adhesion. So I'm going to use it on that. If you do use something like that on your SP scar, just make sure it's really fully healed first. The last thing you want to do is like reopen a suprapubic incision before it's healed, because the Extractor definitely uses a lot of suction, and so if you've got a wound that isn't fully healed, it would be really ill-advised to use it on that. So just be really careful. And then let's see if I can show you without flashing you. The groin scar for the hookup is right here, and it's really well healed. I can't feel any sutures in there anymore. So there's that. And then my leg scar is healing, but it's still really red. And then when I'm massaging it with the lotion, you can actually see it started over here by my index finger. It is this like full inch right here is totally faded in. So when I'm rubbing lotion into it, it turns completely white to skin tone. So it's coming along. It's getting there. And I notice some parts over here are fading too. This seems to be, this circle area right here is the darkest. So it's still got a ways to go, and it's insanely itchy. I can't make the itching stop. It's incessant. Let's see. I think that might be it. This video is close to 12 minutes, so I think I'll let you guys go, but that's all for now. I'm about to head back to work on Monday, and I'm feeling good, feeling strong, and super grateful just that healing's going well. So I'll probably make another video in another few weeks or whenever something comes up. All right, take care, guys.